Hello and welcome to Freedom of Flow Contact Staff Halo tutorial. This is one of our core concepts for contact staff. This is one you want to get early and you want to really become proficient in because it combines a lot of other tricks or concepts in and around this. So a halo is broken down into three main parts. We put the staff under our arm here, and the three main parts are open, center and open. And what that looks like is we open and bring the staff up. I'll show you on the side. So we open to our right with our chest, our feet stay forward. Open, bring the staff up onto our shoulder, keeping it contacted the whole way through. Up, center is our second point, and left or our opposite side is our final point. And so you can see the final. We're going to open, center. You can guide with your other hand just to really get used to where the pathway is, and it'll come back down the arm and we can catch here. Again, opposite direction, center, middle, open. So what this looks like in normal flow is open, center, open. And the reason why we guide it for the first few ones is just getting used to where this pathway is and when we want to pivot our body to create the space. So our body is open at the start, creates the space for the staff, center keeps it in balance, and open creates the pathway for the staff to come out. It's very important to point your chest to the side, center and open, and that creates a very easeful pathway for the staff. Once you have practiced this a few times, just by guiding through, then we can start to let it go. The idea of letting it go is not too hard, not too soft, just getting used to the momentum that is required to carry it over. And again, with all contact staff, especially in the beginning and especially for all these core concepts or any concept to learn, slow is control. If you want to do anything fast, we have to be able to do it slowly. Fast, slowly. Yes, slow is control. I can't say that one enough. Every time you notice you've lost control or you've sped up, recognize, slow down, find your focus points. Focus point 1, focus point 2, focus point 3. And this can greatly speed up the amount of time it takes to truly learn a concept by slowing down, finding your focus points and allowing the pathway to be guided by the staff or opened up by the body. Okay, once this is comfortable enough, I recommend drilling this over and over, tens, hundreds of times to really find some control in this, some control. You may start to lose it off the back of your arm. If you start to do that, I think it's because you're not opening enough for the pathway. It's a very common mistake is that people just start to lose it off the back. The idea is to really open so the staff has a clear pathway to come down. If you like, pause the video, drill this. I recommend at least 3 times consecutive being able to complete it. I recommend at least even 10 is a nice one. That way you know you've really started to gain control. Once you've started to gain control, we can even do it without the hand. So starting to really bring in the contact. So without the hand is the exact same, except now we're using the back of our hand. So again, open, control, open, and the exact same on the opposite side. Catch under the arm using our hand. Get used to this, forwards, back and forth. Yep, once this is started to be controlled and we're finding we're catching in the same spot and we can go back and forth, then we can start to bring in some variants. These variants are a lot of fun, and these variants don't all combine turns, but we're going to start with turns. So the way we turn is we pivot, and a turn is not just 90 degrees, a turn is completely facing the other direction, 180 degrees. And the easiest way to turn is to pivot on one of our feet. And when we finish the turn, we should end up with our feet and our body completely facing the opposite direction. This is very important in the beginning, otherwise you'll often lose your planes. You won't be able to show your planes and your shapes. You'll often just end up facing anywhere and everything will become a bit lost. It is also okay to be facing and showing everywhere, but if we learn it from being able to show our plane here and show our plane here, it gives us a great base for dancing, for showing to the audience, or for even just knowing where we are and keeping real control over everything that we're doing. Okay, taking a breath, enjoying the process. Okay, variant number 1 is with turns. So it's the exact same. We're not going to catch anymore. We're going to continue to use the contact style with our back of our hand. And what we do is we do same 1, 2, 3. We pause at 3, and now we have option of turning forwards or option of turning backwards. We're going to work with turning forwards to begin. And just the way we're keeping our planes here, showing our planes to the front and back, we're going to continue that. So we don't want to bring the staff forward when we catch. We want to catch in, lost it. We want to trap it in this position and then bring the staff down and through and up again. Again, forwards, complete the turn, down and through. So again, catch, complete the turn, up and through. Catch, complete, up and through. And what this looks like in normal motion is a lovely flow of forwards turning, continuous halos. Yeah, and noticing how important it is just to get that clean turn. Clean turn allows a really nice plane to be developed and a really great base for control. Okay, that was our forwards turn in halos. Now let's work with our back. Same thing, catch. Same thing, don't bring it out on the horizontal. We want to catch here in the same way that the staff is coming over in the halo. We want to bring it down. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, that is a backwards turn. Backwards turn. Up, catch, backwards turn, up, catch. And what I mean by backwards is instead of bringing the energy through the front, we now bring the energy through the back. Catch. And you can really pause in these points until you get used to catch where the turn is and over. Catch where the turn is and over. Normal motion. Doing your best not to have your feet behind your body. It really helps to have your feet guiding the way. If you ever end up too much behind, you'll notice that you're starting to lose a bit of control or that you're trying to catch up. It really helps in all dancing and especially contact staff to have the feet there first. Bring it through and over. Feet through, over. Okay, now starting to combine them. Forwards turn, backwards turn, backwards turn, forwards turn, and just enjoying this. You've got a whole bunch to play with now. Woo! Noticing if you get too far away from center, slowing it down, finding your control point again, and back up. Okay, that is turns with a halo from our controlled lock. From here, we will do the same thing, halo with turns, but from a wrist trap. We're now in an arm elbow trap. Now we're going to go into an a wrist trap. If you haven't done any of the locks or traps, I've got a whole video on it for your elbows, your neck, your wrist, your knees, your feet. There's many different places you can trap, any point, 2 points of contact. So the fun way to do this is from a fishtail. There's also a video for fishtails if that interests. But even simpler is we can grab from our hand, bring it up into a halo, and then we're just trapping. Halo, trap, halo, trap. Don't be annoyed if this is a fair bit more difficult. This is definitely a step up, and your traps need to be very confident to be able to trap there and stall. If you can trap and stall, I'm just trying to find a super easy way in. Well, the easiest way in is to put it on your wrist here in the trap, right here, and a trap is just between these 2 points, and bring it up and stop. Takes quite a lot of control. Now, once we have found that trap with control, we can start to do the same thing. Forwards, forwards, turning into, trap, turning into. Yeah, once that's easy enough, we can do the same thing backwards. So again, into our trap, turn down and up. Trap, turn down, up. And up. Again, focusing on open chest, center, open. Open, center, open. I recommend pausing between each of these points just to really take time to drill that, and coming back to any when you're ready to progress. Okay, now we've done forwards and back, let's bring them together. Trap, backwards, trap, forwards, forwards, backwards. And again, the same as it was before, we don't want to bring the staff through horizontally either way. We want to continue that vertical or very close to vertical pathway and bring it down through and up. Again, not bringing it forwards, down through and up. Beautiful thing about this trap is it's starting to already combine concepts. And that's why, again, if you haven't done traps, I recommend you going to check the traps or locking lock points video. That is forwards and backwards from our hand control, wrist control, 1, 2, 3, turns forwards and backwards. Was there another little variation I wanted to add there? Turn, turn, trap and through. No. But just to give you a little idea from the future, we can lock, oh sorry, there was cages. So cages will be a whole nother video as well, but just to give you an idea, and if you've already done the cage video, and now you're doing the halo, now you can start to bring them together. So a cage is anywhere where we are caging like this. Yeah, caging over one way, caging over the other way, and caging is just creating that cage. It's a little bit more challenging, but again, the core concepts are still there. Open, center, open, then we can turn with it. Open, center, open, turn, open, center, open, and this is where our footwork starts to become even more important, because if we're behind, it makes this a lot harder. Traps with Halo. Hope you enjoy. Have a fantastic day. Much love from me, Rafa. Halo core concept. Yeah,